Hey guys, what is going on? It is Swifterrs, and today I found myself playing zombies on the new DLC map, Buried. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to complete the Maxis side for the Easter egg. Now, to be honest, this is a pretty complicated process, and it gets pretty tedious at times, but nonetheless, it is doable, and once you master it the first time, you'll be able to do it multiple times after. So let's get started. Alright, to start things off, you're going to have to build the Hangman's Noose. Now, the first part is located in this room where I'm heading to right now, and the part is in the back portion of the room, and it kind of looks like a light bulb when you pick it up, and once you get that, you're going to want to put it on the Hangman's Noose. Now, the next part is located into the barn. Now, you're going to want to enter the barn, and it's located in the stables. It's basically a rod, and it's a rod shaped figure, and you'll be able to notice it once you see it, and it says hold X for part. You're going to want to grab that part and head to the third part for the Hangman's Noose. Now, the third part for the Hangman's Noose is located it's located in the gunsmith shop. You can get to it two ways. I'm going through the bank. So as soon as you enter the tunnel from the bank side, you're going to want to head to the gunsmith shop, and once you emerge from the tunnels, you're going to want to head into this little corner where you will see a spool of string, and that's the third part for the noose, and the fourth part is located in the church, which you're going to need Leroy to help you break down the debris, and it's this little generator box located behind the podium. And once I get that generator box, I'm going to put it on the noose, and that is the fourth part to complete the noose, and now you can move on to step 2. Alright, so in order to complete step 2, you're going to want to need 3 things. 1 being the Paralyzer, 2 being the wind turbine, and 3 being the Subsurface Resonator. So the first globe is located by Saloon. You're going to want to put down the Subsurface Resonator after shocking it with the Paralyzer, then put the turbine down, and that should break the first orb. Then you're going to want to move to the second, and there are 4 orbs in the map. Now, the second orb is located in the tunnel, and you're going to want to do the same thing. You're going to want to shock it with the Paralyzer, put down the Resonator, and blow it with the turbine, and that should cause the orb to break, and then you can move on to the third orb. Now, the third orb is located to the left of the church, and you're going to want to do the same thing with the Paralyzer, Resonator, and the turbine. And once you do all of those things with the third orb, you're going to want to move to the fourth orb. The fourth and final orb is located in the garden of the witch's house. It's outside once you make it through the house, and you're going to want to take a left and head to the opposite side where you can re-enter the house, and you're going to do all of the steps again to destroy that orb. Now, once you get back to the town, you're going to see a floating lantern. You're going to cook a grenade, and you're going to throw it at the lantern to bring it down. Then there it shall give you the option to pick up the lantern, and you're going to want to pick it up to begin the next step. So after you obtain the lantern, you're going to want to start a new round, and you're going to have to give candy to Leroy in order to kill these zombies, and by Leroy killing these zombies, it will absorb the souls of the zombies into the lantern. Now, whoever has the lantern needs to be fairly close to Leroy as he kills the zombies, and you're going to hear a noise, and the noise kind of sounds like a grandfather clock almost, and once you complete enough kills in order to fill up the lantern, you will begin to hear Maxis talking, and that way you know that you have done this step right, and then you can move on to the next step. So once you get the specific amount of kills with the lantern, the person with the lantern is going to want to come on top of the roof of the gunsmith shop, and there's going to be a little place to put the lantern, and after you add the part of the lantern to the roof, this huge code is going to appear on the wall, and you're going to need to decipher that code in order to move on to the next step. So after you decipher the code, you're going to need to head into the tunnels where you can locate the signs on the walls, and you're going to punch them with your galv knuckles. And now keep in mind, the order of the signs changes every game. Now you have to decipher the code in order to figure out the correct signs to punch, and because me and my teammates don't know or care to take the time in order to decipher the code, we just punch the random sequence, and once we find it, then we are able to continuously punch the signs if we ever mess up while we're trying to escort the energy wisp. So it's basically a trial and error scenario in order to find the correct sequence by punching the signs if you don't want to decipher the code. So a few things about this step: you're going to need time bombs in order to complete the step. Now, if you don't have time bombs, it will mess up if you are successful in your first attempt. So if you don't have time bombs and you are successful with guiding the energy wisp to the noose, then it will not work. So this process is actually pretty complicated, and it's highly unlikely that you won't be successful your first time. So what you're gonna do is follow the energy wisp to the noose. Now you have to stay close to it, all while killing zombies along the way. It's very difficult if the zombies don't spawn in time, because the energy wisp will soon enough get smaller and end up disappearing. So as you saw, I just threw my time bomb in at the wall, so me and my teammates can go back in time in order to punch the signs yet again, continuously killing zombies as we are on our way to the noose, where the energy wisp will go in, and there we will be able to go back in time. And once the energy wisp is in the noose, we're going to want to go back in time in order to punch the signs yet again in order to get another energy wisp. And that is also how you get the achievement Revisionist Historian. Alright, so after you go back in time, you're going to need to punch the exact same sequence on the signs that you did the first time the energy wisp was activated. So after you punch the signs in the correct order, or correct sequence at least, the energy wisp is going to spawn yet again, and you're going to want to do the exact same thing that you did last time. However, you do not need to throw time bombs again, and the energy wisp is going to continue on the same route that it did the first time, and you're going to need to kill zombies along the way. Keep in mind, if you do not throw your time bomb down on the first attempt in guiding the energy wisp, this will not work. So after you lead the energy wisp to the noose for the second time, you're going to want to locate a total of 9 bells in the map. Now 3 are in the courtroom, 1 was on the first bench, 2 is on this little table, and 3 is on the defendant's booth in the courtroom. Now these bells allow you to hit X by them, and that is a function only allowed after you lead the wisp to the noose. Now the other 3, there's 3 more located in the top of the candy shop. 1 was in that corner, 2 is on this little table, and the third one is on the debris in the top of the candy shop. And the last 3 bells are located in the barn, and this is where it gets pretty complicated, but I'm going to show you where the last 3 bells are. Now 1 is located on this little box, the second one is located on the hay, and the third one is located back in this corner. So after you have located all 9 of the bells, you're going to want to have someone enter the witch's house, and they're going to need to enter the bookcase room and continue down the hallway, and there they're going to see a little table that allows you to hit the levers with lights on them, and this means that you need to push the correct sequence of bells in order to allow all 9 of those lights light up. You see how some are green and some are yellow. Now this is a very, very tedious and complicated process. Now I'm going to go more in depth on how to allow all of those lights to go green, and keep in mind, if you press the wrong bell, it restarts everything on the levers, and you're going to have to press the bells again. So it's kind of tedious, and I'm showing you more in-depth scenario on how to decipher the bells and which buttons to press. The ones on the left are the candy room, so when the button lights up on the left side are 1, 2, and 3, then you're going to want to hit one of the bells that are located in the candy shop, and if one of them doesn't work, then you know it must be the other 2. Same goes for the bells in the barn and the bells in the courtroom. It's a trial and error scenario, and this is a very, very complicated and tedious process, but it can be mastered. All you need is some really, really top-notch communication between your teammates, and you do need 4 people with this because it is very complicated, and it is very doable. It just takes some time, and it is a very tedious process. So the numbers 1 through 9 displayed on the screen don't necessarily have a purpose. It's just a way or a tip to allow you guys to establish better communication with your teammates. So before someone enters the witch's house, you guys can establish what bells are what numbers in each room. Keep in mind that the candy room is numbers 1 through 3, the barn 4 through 6, and the courthouse 7 through 9. So if number 4 lights up on the lever pad, you call out number 4 and the person in the barn hits the bell, and if that doesn't work, try another bell in the barn. And same goes for the other numbers. It's a trial and error process, just like the Galv Knuckle signs. It does take some time, so you must be patient, but it eventually will work, and you can move on to the next step of the Easter egg once you figure it out. So after you have figured out the correct sequence of bells you need to push, you're going to come to this fountain, and it's going to allow you to make a wish. Now, I don't think that it has to be destroyed in order for the Easter egg to work. We just gave Leroy booze just in case, so it is destroyed, and there's a total of 4 locations where you need to stand. One is going to be out in front of the witch's house. The second one is going to be in the saloon, and these places that you stand are very significant, and I'll explain why. So like I said, the second spot is going to be in the saloon and pointing up at the bars or the rails or the balconies, and the third place where someone needs to stand is near Juggernog, preferably in the barn, but the bridge is okay, and the last part is over here by the candy store. Now the reason these places are significant is because once you make a wish, a bunch of cardboard cutouts will begin to appear, and you're going to need to shoot every single one of them. Now, I'm pretty sure that every person needs a PDW in their inventory. Don't ask me why. I'm not entirely sure if this is true, but if you don't have a PDW with you, I'm not sure if this Easter egg will work. So once everyone kills or shoots the cardboard cutouts, all of them, then you get the Easter egg, and you get the achievement for completing the Easter egg. Now, just a side note, it is highly unlikely that once you make a wish and try to shoot all the cardboard cutouts that you will be able to complete it the first time. You're going to need to make a wish multiple times in order to figure out the correct sequence of where the cardboard people pop out of. Now, it's a very hard thing to do. My teammates and I probably tried it about 20 times because it was very difficult. Now, you need to shoot every single one of them in order for the Easter egg to work. It does take a lot of time. It's best if you do it multiple times over and over again, because that way you'll be able to figure out where the cardboard cutouts begin to pop out of, and you can kind of get a feel for the pattern, which is very helpful when it comes to shooting them, because if you don't shoot them, you're going to have to shoot them or make a wish again in order to shoot them and complete the Easter egg. But nonetheless, once you shoot all of the cardboard cutouts in the time that they are popped out of the ground, you will be able to achieve all 7 perks in the map. Now, regarding the perks, if you do go down and need to be revived, and once you get revived, all of your perks will still be there, and even if you die completely in the game and you have to wait around to respawn, you will have all of your perks once you get back, and that is very helpful for those of you who are trying to get to a high round. So there you guys have it. That was the Maxis side for the Easter egg. Now please be sure to like the video and subscribe for future zombie content. This video took so long to make, and a lot of effort was put into it, and it was very difficult and time consuming in order to figure out how to do this Easter egg. So please like the video and be sure to share and subscribe to my channel for future zombie content on the map, Buried.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.